Good morning. Good morning, chat. Good morning, society. Good morning, nerdy. Good morning, Lowkey and hacks. That's all I have to say. I'm ready for some beautiful Minecraft today. The final day of season 6 ranked playoffs. Nerdy, are you as excited as I am?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the best of the best. Like we said yesterday, we have literally the top 4 seeds. I don't feel like it gets any more exciting than this.
Yeah, I mean, they played yesterday. They all did great. Doog and Lowkey with 3 O's, Hacks and Manji with 3 2's. But they're all here in the semifinals today. 2 of them with playoff wins under their belt. Can Hacks break his second place curse? And can Manji show up and win playoffs? Manji hasn't even gotten top 3 before. And he is 1 game away from doing that. I mean, he'd have to lose twice today. You know, the only person not cashing out today is losing twice. Everybody else getting a share of that $5,000 prize pool, winning semifinals match guarantees you at least $1,500. So a lot on the line today. Not only the money, but the bragging rights,
True.
the
True.
title of playoffs champion.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a perfect example of just I don't know, top level gameplay getting you to the top. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like these runners throughout the entire season showed that they were the top 4. They made it, and at the end of the day, look where we are. They got the advantage of not having to play every single. They got 2 buys basically, right, in week 1, week 2, and they showed up during the quarterfinals, and here we are. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like Hacks and Lowkey. This match is going to be absolutely incredible. I've been looking forward to these runners, and I watched Hacks get that 630 yesterday, and then I commentated over Lowkey, as you saw with me in the booth, Feinberg, get a very clean 3-0 sweep week. We didn't even know what to say to critique any gameplay. There was like tiny little mistakes, if anything, and so I don't know. This matchup upcoming is very, very exciting, followed by, of course, Dugal and Mongi, which, I mean, come on, that's going to be another fantastic game.
Yeah, I mean, if all 4 of these runners, show up today, play at their peak, it's an on day for all of them. I genuinely could not tell you who I think is going to win. It's just going to come down to the microest of micro. The smallest decisions could, carry time save through an entire seed. Because if all 4 of these runners are playing their best, it's going to be some lights out Minecraft. And I'm just ready to get into the gameplay. Let's look at some stats here before we get into it. I'm ready to see these guys go, man.
Yeah, I mean, once
32
again,
games. Wow. Win loss 15-17.
wow,
That is like
interesting.
exactly like when these guys are on, like who's going to win? 15-17 over 32 games. Like that's about as even as it's going to get.
Yeah, and I mean a 6:56 best rank time, obviously very impressive. Though I will say that is technically, a little bit slower than the 6:42, I believe, that we saw yesterday
That's true.
from Hacks.
Yeah, it's true.
And but obviously that is nothing to scoff at. A 10:03 average time, and once again, I want to bring this up, chat, that Loki actually has a 9:41 average for this season. So I mean, absolutely just astounding, mind-boggling numbers there. I think that like between these 2 runners, Hacks feels like, from what I've watched, a little bit more inconsistent. Maybe I've seen him make some mistakes during the playoffs. We saw him lose 2 seeds yesterday to Oxy. I don't necessarily know though at the same time, because I feel like when Hacks is on, like we saw yesterday, 642 Feinberg. I mean, I don't know. So, anyways, we have 69% win rate versus a 67% win rate. I don't know, a little bit of a lead maybe on a win loss, but I feel like that could also just be, variance or whatever. So I don't even know. I feel like I'm just lost for words at who's gonna win this. I mean, this could truly go anyway.
I mean, I just look at the win loss, like both of these runners having a like over 2 and 3 chance to win any random game on the ladder, and they're even with each other. Like the amount that they both push each other in games to play as fast as possible, and just the fact that they're almost even, like, is just incredible. And you did mention Hacks did get 3-2 yesterday, but he was in the stronghold, if not even in the end first on all 5 seats yesterday
Right.
versus
Right.
Oxy, and just maybe choked a couple zeros, had to wait for a perch a couple times as well. So I mean, if he can fix those, small end game mistakes today, because I mean, we saw Lowkey yesterday hit 3 just nasty zeros, 3 plus
Right.
2s to finish all 3 of his seeds yesterday, 8 minutes. So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, we've looked at these stats yesterday. It's just like when you
Oh
compare
my
either of
God.
these stats to
Wow.
anybody else, it's like an absurd gap. But when you compare them to each other, it's like, wow, like who are these guys playing to get these stats like so embarrassingly good compared to everybody else? Like this is just, I don't know, like they're just both insane. Like they match each other. There's small differences here and there, but if you look at them across the board, like Room Portal's the only one with some like kind of variance, but everything else is just so similar. Like they're just both insanely good at Minecraft speedrunning. That's all. I don't know. They're just both crazy.
I fully agree with you, Feinberg. Everything you had to say. I mean, just these numbers throughout the, just across the board. I don't even know which numbers to point out. They're just all crazy, every single one. I mean, 917 Ruin Portal average is wild. A 950 BT average is wild. Uh, from Lowkey there. I don't know. I mean, these numbers sometimes I feel like we don't know how many games there are exactly. We don't know all the things, but what I can say is that just if I'm averaging out all these in my head, there's nothing that's not impressive, you know?
Exactly. Like they're just both going to be playing lights out on whatever the seed type is. So let's throw it over the seed type bands and see what we're actually dealing with today. What these runners want to play. A
Yeah, I mean,
shipwreck and a village band. So it's a 50-50 between a land-based and ocean-based bands. And we're going to start with the BT, picking, maybe the most similar seed type to shipwreck.
yeah, I mean, makes sense. I think BT is, consistent with that food, right? You get at least, like we said, 4 cod and at most 7 salmon. So that gives you just a little bit of something to work with, in every seed. Gives you a little bit of iron, gives you a little bit of, hopefully the shears to get some blocks. I feel like it's just a reliable yet very fast seed type.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the consistency factor that a shipwreck potentially doesn't have, a desert temple potentially doesn't have, um, even room portal potentially doesn't have. We've seen a lot in playoffs, no iron pick, not a lot of blocks. So we'll see how it goes, but we have to get into the seed to see how it goes, see what is exactly in the buried treasure chest, see what food they're working with, all that stuff. I'm just ready to watch them play Minecraft. Like I'm trying to yap as little as possible and
Let's get
just
right into it.
let that gameplay speak for itself. Like from what we saw yesterday, I am beyond excited to watch these players.
And here we go. As we enter this BTC, we'll see. I don't know. I feel like sometimes who gets the iron first can be like slightly indicative, and
Just
maybe
on the
so,
chunk.
right? Low key, just a little bit. Maybe is he more on his game, or is that even stream delay? Who knows? But regardless, we see them going to actually slightly different trees here.
And like
I
today,
expect,
Lowkey makes shears, and yesterday he made an iron axe. I don't get it. I don't get it.
maybe
I,
he
I
learned
really
from
no, I
mistake.
really don't get it. Is it because we have a diamond sword now? Hacks didn't make shears. I really don't get it. I don't like Hacks has no shoes now, and Loki has shoes. Someone has to explain it to me. I
You
really
know,
don't get it.
I feel like the diamond sword comm makes sense to me personally. Like
But
maybe
then
that
Hacks
was
didn't
part of
make
it.
shears. Like I really don't
Hack's
get
not
it.
making shears. Maybe he was thinking about, Lowkey didn't make shears
Wow, Hacks
yesterday,
is
and that was
gone.
faster.
37 total blocks off the island. He's getting gravel and he's leaving.
Whose
It's
position do you like
incredible.
more here between these two,
It's
Feinberg?
incredible. I mean, dude, I don't even know.
You don't even know. I
I
mean,
feel
fair
like it's.
enough.
I mean, these guys are just better than me. I feel like I don't know what to say about it. Like
Fair enough.
Hacks ends up not being punished if you don't need blocks to get to the bastion. Wow, this is a
And
really ugly spot for an L.
oh, it
And
messes up the
he
portal there a bit.
obvied that's not good.
And that is all that time save now is gone. And Loki able to
Yeah.
enter the nether a little bit faster here. Starting to mine the gravel though. Looks like both of them not needing or not having the flint immediately, but gets it pretty shortly after. Now entering the nether here. You can see the bastion right there. Is that a house?
Yeah,
Right?
no punish for not that many
Stables?
blocks. Stables. I
Stables.
mean,
Okay.
Maybe the argument is that like they know it's playoffs, they know that we're checking the seeds to not be like a basalt wall or like
Sure.
a spawn with floating portal. Like maybe that's what they're thinking is like I'm not gonna need a stack of blocks probably. It just makes no sense to not craft shears. Like I don't know why, and I don't know why Lowkey didn't do it yesterday and then did it today. Like maybe it's just playoff nerves. Like and he forgot to do it, and then like he was saving the play. Like I don't know.
Well, I think this is something we talked about with Loki yesterday. Is sometimes he might make like a small inaccuracy or something, but he recovers from it so quickly. There's no
Just rolls with it right
hesitation
away.
those
Like
decisions.
you can't even tell that it
Yeah,
was a mistake. Like he just
yeah,
has the correct
precisely.
backup. Yeah, I really don't.
So it
And
could
like
be
is
that. It also could
yeah.
just be the right play. I don't know. We'll have to see. But we'll see now. Hacks going up, getting some obby here from these chests. It's looking very solid. I'm not sure. Yeah, double, triple at least. Yeah, only double, triple, not a triple, triple. But up to 15 obby now for Hacks.
Yeah, and I mean they're both playing it here, so if they get rolled on trades, they're both gonna get rolled on trades pearls wise. It's gonna be interesting if it's a low pearl seed though to see how they manage the pearls with zero cycle potential. Yeah, only 16 pearls for Hacks. Like, is he just gonna leave off of this? 21 obby, 2 fire res. Enough string for 0 barely. He's waiting. This is the last trade cycle. And Lowkey's just leaving off the top. So they're both going to just be leaving same direction within seconds of each other here.
I think I like this play to choose to play that double, triple, and it worked out.
Aggressive pearls from Lowkey. Aggressive pearl from Lowkey. Wow.
Look at
that's
this,
a pearl for like 12 blocks. And I don't know if I like that play. We have like 14 in total. 13 pearls now in total for Lowkey. And Hacks is in lava with a missed pearl.
But look at this pace. I mean, we're at 3:30 into the fort. I mean, this is just absolutely mental. Meanwhile, I mean, Hack's trying to get back up. I mean, still on amazing pace, but that was definitely probably the biggest time loss of the
he might just losing the seed. Like that was a missed pearl was the biggest time loss that Lowkey had all series yesterday. If Hacks pulls that out in one game, already being slower to the fort, it might be over.
I mean, and that was arguably just because the ruin, not the ruin portal, but excuse me, the portal that he messed up a little bit as well. I mean, that lost him some time. So I feel like, maybe Hacks is maybe even a little bit faster than Lowkey this seed, but then keeps making these mistakes that's allowing Lowkey's consistency to catch up, right?
I'm just so shocked that they both are just so aggressive with the pearls. I don't know. I think it might just be that, like, this might just be the most nervous they've ever been for a playoffs match. Like the caliber of player that you have to play, like knowing, like if you're Lowkey, knowing you're playing Hacks. If you're Hacks, knowing you're playing Lowkey, right? Maybe it's so easy to just forget to do all the small little checks that you do and try, like, because you're just being pushed to play as fast as possible. Like that you have no room to breathe. So not like remembering that I have 17 pearls, I shouldn't like whip all of them. And yeah, Hacks has 11 pearls right now. Hacks has 11 total pearls right now. And he has a much worse blind location than Lowkey does. Oh, goodness. And that's in the wall.
I mean, do you think that is he just going to play for the one eye? I mean, I guess does he just have to?
You just have to. Like if you go back to the bash and you have to trade a gap and it's over already. Like you just have to and just hope that Lowkey threw enough pearls to where it's not zeroable. Obviously, hope that it's a one eye even in the first place.
Right.
I mean, dude, maybe if you're Hacks, you throw one pearl, you play for a 2-eye. If like a cycle lines up, dude, just go. You have 2 rods. I'm just going.
Yeah,
he's not going to though. It would be like maximum aura, but like I would go if like one pearl 2-eye. What? It's 2K away distance. Like I'm just going, man. Like you're behind in the fort. You threw a bad pearl because you were in lava.
That would be a pretty crazy decision there. That would be pretty.
It's just like playing for crazy odds, right? 2-eye, like especially leaving on that amount of rods. Yeah, it's a 75% ish, but like you could just get 3 rods here and then play for an eye in like the stronghold chest or a pearl, I should say. So like it's weird. And yeah, look, he's punished for it.
Leaving here and digging down on stronghold cords. I mean, this is looking really. I mean, Lowkey's looking clean today with his gameplay once again. Hack's making some mistakes, but I will say, for what it's worth, I mean,
like pearl. He can't pearl through this lava. I don't know what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Feinberg. I mean, this is just not good at all.
Yeah, look, he's got a bridge over to this terrain. The only like hope that he has is there's just no way it's zeroable. Does Lowkey have 11 pearls, or does he have one in his inventory?
And just insta-navs the...
It's
It
a
is a
2i.
2i for what it's worth, so, your strat would have worked there fine.
Does he have one in his inventory? Like, I don't know. No, Lowkey also just had 11, and I think he just realized. Lowkey also just had 11. He opened his inventory and stuttered for a second. They're both just full tweaking in seed 1. I don't know what to say.
That's crazy. Well, so Hacks I understood because he fell into the lava. That's why I thought he was. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what happened to Lowkey.
Lowkey just whipped 2 pearls to cords. It was a lava lake. He just kind of knew. Like,
I guess that risky pearl maybe. I don't know. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. He did use quite a few pearls.
Hacks trying to wormhole here into the portal room.
That could have been arguably Lowkey's biggest mistake this seed. I mean, I would argue.
I mean, yeah, dude.
If that didn't work out, like
on 1 or like on 11, and he didn't even know. He looked like so shocked when he opened his inventory to look at pearls. It's so interesting here. Perch race as well.
So entering the end. I mean, neither of them can zero. This is definitely
good
good
for Lowkey though. No.
No. Oh, wow, that really looked good to me.
What is Hacks doing? Hello? He's just going for it. We're going for like 86 standing. He's just going for it.
Oh my God, is he gonna?
He's playing for into the no flyaway on 86.
Oh my God!
My God! It flew.
No.
Oh,
that's so frustrating. Now he needs to. Does he?
Wait, no. Now he's just screwed because he pre-placed anchors. It's a absolute train wreck of a seed 1. And Lowkey gets the
here
push.
We go.
So would it have mattered? I don't know.
That would have been a crazy clutch there by Hacks if he hit that. But I understand going for it. At the end of the day, I feel like he did.
No, it's totally correct to go for it. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it at all. And like the ranked mod, things fly away so late. Like there's a very real chance you can just get there on 86. Building up from a pearl clip. I don't know. Everything just fell apart on like every split. It felt like I don't know. Like.
Yeah, it is interesting. I feel like Hacks that felt a little bit sloppy from Hacks. But at the end of the day, he was faster in a lot of ways. And so if you're Hacks, if you can just dial in, I mean, there's something there. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just outpacing you on every split. I mean, sure, it looks like he is outpacing you on every split here, but what I'm saying is he was ready at the Nether portal before Lowkey, right? He finished that and he messed up the portal. Okay, fair enough. Then you can see he gains time in between the Bastion split, right? So, I mean, sure, it's a second, but I'm just saying, like, for Hacks, he is being faster in some ways. If he can just focus up and maybe just take less risks, like we saw with some of those pearls and whatnot, I feel like that is what I would like to see from Hacks to make this a closer seed.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched the gameplay so far in 1 seed. I think they're matching each other mechanically, like you said.
Yeah.
It's about those decisions, and we saw both runners enter the stronghold on 11 pearls. Hacks was at least aware. I really don't think Lowkey knew that he needed a 1i. And we saw Hacks fall off the fort too. It's just coming down to like micro decisions and like nerve control, I feel like.
Yes, I agree.
We have no idea what these players are truly thinking in their heads. But I think it's a nerve control thing. From, my first experience playing in playoffs these past couple weeks and just knowing the nerves of them playing each other now instead of, being able to choose their opponents from the rest of the bracket and, have relatively easy best of 5s compared to the like insane match they're having today. I think it's really a nerve control issue and just being able to make sure you're really thinking about everything because they both overthrew pearls. Like maybe the Iron Axe play instead of Shears in the overworld, maybe there's some merit to that. Like maybe they're redefining the meta during playoffs. I don't know. Maybe that's not a nerves thing and it's like a conscious decision by both of them. But they both threw way too many pearls in the Nether. Like that's just a mistake that even a gold player shouldn't make. Like you should not be entering the stronghold with less than 12 pearls. And I mean, they're both players that are more than capable of obviously noticing that and knowing that. I think it's just the pressure of today that's getting to them.
Absolutely. No, and I think that you're absolutely right that I think especially for Hacks. Hacks just feels a little bit nervous. I'm wondering if, yesterday, right? I think it was the first 2 seeds. I think he lost. Is that correct? Or I don't know. He was 2-1 at one point. My point is he focused up for the last 2 seeds and won and ended up winning the entire thing. So what I think is Hacks, maybe this is just a little bit of nerves, a little bit of warm up, and I'm hoping to see Hacks make less mistakes. I'm hoping to see Lowkey maybe make even less mistakes as well.
Yeah.
And if we can see them just dial in, like I said, right? Maybe let those nerves settle a little bit. Then I expect to see some great Minecraft gameplay. And not that we didn't see some great Minecraft gameplay. I mean, it was still very an incredible pace, but I still do feel like it's not quite. Maybe people are a little tired. Maybe people are a little nervous. Whatever. Like I'm excited to see these runners focus up a little bit more.
Yeah, and we're throwing it over to the Desert Temple. Not the Room Portal yet, not the potential crazy fast seed type yet, but I mean, Nerdy, despite the fact they had to play for a perch, it was sub-9 on the last seed. So, I mean, a lot of that due to the crazy nether, double, triple, one of the fastest routes in general, and then the fort, 1 or 2 pearls away. And they also kind of sped up the seed a little bit, considering they both threw way too many pearls to get to cords faster and the fort faster. So that does help a little bit. But, I mean, still, a sub-9 for seed 1, even through the decision-making, through the nerves. We'll see if they can keep up that pace for seed 2. Maybe morning nerves are shaken off a little bit. Playoffs nerves are shaken off. I mean, I know it's not necessarily maybe morning for Hacks in the UK, but we'll see.
I think it's, just warm up. Like I said, I think it's just warm up. Meanwhile, we do have Hacks picking a desert temple. I think, here we are. Let's see what the Minecraft is. I don't know. I mean, this was the seed that we've seen, a lot of variants on. We've seen a lot of cool TNT strats and whatnot on. So I'm excited to see what is in store for us as we now use what it looks like. No, so Hack's going for the 1 sand, but then not using it. So maybe you're going to use it here as
We'll
we
see if he
reduce fall damage.
reduces fall damage.
Oh,
See, it's just, I was just about to say, it's so annoying because you just phase through the sand half the time. So what he did was just useless because you just are falling too fast to go through the sand and it's just unpredictable. And you got the sand and it didn't matter. Like, it's great to save 3 hearts sometimes, but it just didn't matter at all that he did that.
And we have enough diamonds for a diamond pick, so that is very exciting stuff. We also have 5 iron. So expect
a lot
to
of
see
farm animals here as well for food. I don't know where the lava pool is, but both doing the same exact thing right now for this gravel. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how many animals they kill. I mean, even, 5-10 seconds of difference in the overworld could mean, winning or losing the entire seed if you just killed maybe 1 extra animal that you don't need. So we'll see when they both start and stop killing animals here.
And
oh, Lowkey had to take some cobble. Didn't pick up cobble from the bottom of his temple. Or threw it out, maybe.
Pork chops here are going to get some steak. This cow's really running away there. But the pigs just, I think we mentioned this before, just so much easier to kill in this version.
Yep. I mean, unless they run into a corner on Hack's screen.
Yeah.
True. Oh, and there's the lava noticed in the forest here.
Now, does Lowkey have this lava pool? Hopefully.
Yes, he does.
He does. That's something we've seen before in playoffs, something we've seen before in ranked is, the lava pool's not always generating for both players, but in this case, they both have
Hack's pretty solidly ahead, though. Like, again, 5-7 seconds, and we're
into the treasure. Wow.
Lower treasure.
Now, going to be finding the upper ramparts here and just trying to start the route as we see Lowkey now entering.
Not breaking the spawner. Neither player. I think it's, the right play. Obviously, if you just, see the fort while you're up here, it's fine. But if you don't see the fort while you're up here, I wonder if these runners are going to just, send a direction or actually go back down, break the spawner. Could be a lot of variance. Could be the seed decided, based on how these runners play that terrain to the fort.
Yeah, and I am noticing, I really like Lowkey's right-clicking of the piglins with the gold. I noticed that sometimes I tend to throw gold very naturally, but I feel like he's doing a really good job of right-clicking the piglins to really ensure that they, get distracted. I know that might sound subtle, but for me, I'm just noticing that.
Speaking of gold, there's not that many blocks in this treasure. I think maybe like 5 or 6 at the top only, And we're going to have these guaranteed ones on the side, but out of 12 gold blocks, only get 5 or 6. Pretty unlucky. Might have another low pearl situation. See if they learn from last seed. We'll have to wait for the trades, though. 15 obby already, and we have a diamond pick, so not going to be a big deal. But we're going back up with the trades. Yeah, 11 pearls only so far.
Obby.
And we've thrown 2 more gold blocks to the piglins, but we'll see.
Is it going to be another similar situation to last seed? That's the question.
11 again?
Yeah.
Oh my, it'd be so ugly if it's exactly 11, though, and then you kind of have to go down to get bottom treasure blocks here.
Do you think that they do it, or do they just, you know?
Well, there's no way you leave on 11. Oh my god, and it is 11. They have to go down. It is 11.
Yeah.
And we're going back to where we entered the nether.
Let's see this. Hacks now.
Oh, there's one straight pearl trade.
Oh my god.
Is Lowkey gonna find this?
But he also has 19 obby.
He finds it.
He's still gonna go down.
No, is he gonna go down though? He saw it. Hacks saw the fort. Lowkey's just leaving off this. This is a massive difference in decision making.
Oh wow. This is, I mean, it's 20 obby versus this play here. Is it gonna, is the 20 obby gonna be worth it? I don't know.
I mean, we have a diamond pick. Is Lowkey have 19? Is that why, like, why
I think
Hacks
you're right.
is getting more? Does Hacks just want more pearls in general for 0? Does he not realize he has diamond pick and needs
He might not
one
realize
more?
the diamond
He
pick.
just needs the obby. Yeah, I don't know. But this is 20-30 seconds at least, and that's so much time.
There's the 0 mats up to 23 obby now, only 17 pearls still. Now gets another pearl trade, and I think he's gonna be
I mean, you just have to play for the pearl trade. That's the win condition in a seed like this. You know, maybe Lowkey has to throw a ton to get to cords, and it's like a weird 0 back pearl clip. He's in the fort now, but it's so much time. It's so much time in the seed.
I mean, he's probably, what, 30 seconds, even maybe a minute ahead here. But I mean, those materials absolutely could help Hacks here. I mean, it is totally a possibility. We'll have to see with this, the distance to the stronghold. Yeah, we do have a very tense seed here as Hacks now uses the 3 TNT setup to start to catch up. But no, Hacks, look, he's aggroed Piglin.
And
he's aggroed the zombie Piglin, and this is just time loss.
Oh, one more? I mean, he can block himself in pretty well here, to be fair, but...
Yeah, I mean, luckily, you know, he was waiting on
a pretty good recovery.
Yeah. It's a little scary stuff there. But, meanwhile, we do have Lowkey on 4 rods here and 4 blazes.
And now he's
on 6 rods. Is he going to get a 7? Is this going to
be 7 for security? No. It's nice to know. If you get a 7th like that, killing the last couple blazes if they're there, and knowing if you have to go grab an eye.
Hacks just having to kill all these zombie pigmen. I mean,
yeah, I thought this was good, but this terrain up here, they're able to jump from this top terrain and get to him from the spawner.
Wow.
Oh, Lowkey fell off his measuring. A little bit of time loss.
It looks like a 1492 distance.
Broke as well, but I mean, he just has 15 pearls. Like, that's so comfortable for most zeros, even considering it's a 0. And yes, he does have to mine an obsidian, but he's got more blazes that are spawning while he's mining this. It's such little time loss compared to the situation Hacks is in.
And let's see here, just getting one more rod, and now he's out. Hacks measuring should get the same distance, yeah, like 1580. So Lowkey using the soul speed to just run as fast as possible to cords, not using too many pearls.
Yep, two spare pearls, 14 in total.
And now just gonna doing a very good job of navving to the stronghold without pearls. And now it looks like he's just almost there.
Hacks has so many blazes on his screen. He is gone right now, but Lowkey so ahead of him on this terrain. Hacks can throw a lot of pearls to catch up. You know, doesn't have to fully run on this soul sand. But it is just fast. He might just not whip him. He's going to throw one, though. So we can save some time, but the terrain just not helping him out too much. Lowkey's just going to be in the stronghold first.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Wow.
But there's the portal room. Okay, fair enough, you know.
How many eyes? It's a one eye. So 3 pearls for the 0. If it's caged back, that's the only situation where it could be weird.
Let's have to see. It looks like it.
It's caged back. He's got 1 pearl to get there.
If he can hit this 0. throwing the first pearl. First pearl is solid.
It's a beautiful pearl, and
Very
it's not
solid.
that hard of a tower. We still should get to 95 here. That's the rotation. It's going to be close, though. Wow.
Ooh.
Barely gets it off.
Oh, man. Lowkey just scaring us a little bit. I don't know how many...
He's got 6, and it's good enough damage, especially with being able to hit that crystal. Almost gets it done in 5, too.
Oh, has to jump, but does make it work there as Lowkey seemingly takes seed number 2. Naggering no Enderman. I wanted to make sure I wasn't jinxing him there. And what a phenomenal performance. It looks like Hacks, though, getting the 0 as well, probably.
Yeah,
so.
it's just too little too late. It's the
Nicely.
decision making again. It's the lower treasure. Hacks going down there for more trades. I don't know if he... Yeah, asks in chat about the pearls. I think he just didn't want to leave on 18. And it's 30, 40-second decision. Loses in the seed. He just can't make up that time due to having more pearls. And it's just barely not punished by that 0. Lowkey gets there with literally less than half a second to spare.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say, for what it's worth, I mean, Hacks, I think, played very well this seed. I think that decision to get the extra pearls, like, that pays off sometimes. Sometimes there's just situations, like a lot of lava or whatever, where Hacks just wins that seed. But I do feel like, you know, Lowkey playing for just the pace, right? The immediate pace, I guess you could say, does win this specific seed. I think Hacks is playing, that felt much better to me from Hacks overall. It looked like he was fairly locked in. You know, they made a different decision, but I feel like both had defenses. So, I mean, this game, I think, there's less mistakes, and I hope that this continues on throughout this series.
Yeah, I mean, again, looking at the win-loss from the player stats earlier, they're basically fully even, like 17 to 15. I don't even remember who had the 2-game lead, but over 32 games, it's so close, right? Very, very possible for Hacks to bring this back. He played great yesterday. He's been playing well today, apart from these, you know, minor decisions, and is going down to bottom treasure. Really a misplay all the time. Like, again, on some seeds, he just wins off having extra pearls there. But it almost felt like, you know, you see that last pearl trade on the bridge. It was both of their first distraction gold, you know, got you from 11 pearls to 19. And it just... I think it's because Hacks had a pearl hung, like, already thrown. And so he just kind of sunk cost fallacied his way into going for lower treasure, even if it, in the back of his head, wasn't necessarily the best decision. I think he already had done the 2RD pearl hang, saw that last trade barely at the very end versus Lowkey, who saw it maybe just a second earlier. Didn't end up committing to the lower treasure play, and that's the story on the whole seed. 40 seconds against a player like Lowkey, that's impossible to catch up.
Very, very good stuff there from these runners. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is a fantastic start. I would love to see more games. I mean, it's not that I'm rooting against Lowkey per se, but I just love seeing, like, you know, multiple games. I don't like seeing sweeps. So, you know, Lowkey playing really well. I'm not saying, I don't know if he's going to be able to overcome that, but I think Hacks, if he can, I'd love to see, you know, a game 4, a game 5, and
yeah, it's possible.
I'd love to see what we got in store.
We will have to see, and we'll have to see what Fulham thinks about it. Maybe he's got some insight that we missed. We're going to throw it over to the first Fulham mid-match analysis segment of the day, and we'll be back in the booth in just a few minutes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome back. Most importantly, to the semi-finals of MCSR playoffs, MCSR ranked playoffs. Lowkey versus Hacks, first 2 seeds have been very, very interesting. Initially, I think I was clipping what I would have determined to be quite micro mistakes, given the fact that these runners are 2 of the top 3 seeds, or is Hacks 4th seed? I forget. 2 of the top 4 seeds, at least. And obviously in the final 4 at the moment, very much was expecting very minuscule mistakes, maybe having to analyze very specific things. But let's firstly go through this clip, which is Hacks' first portal while entering the Nether. This was a mistake that we just didn't see coming. A substantial mistake here. 10 or so seconds going for L portals rather than 2x1s. Now, this is something that I could analyze, you know, the speed of a 2x1 versus the speed of an L portal, but making a mistake in an L portal is something that we don't see in 2025 particularly often, especially not when we're talking about the best ranked players in the game. This allowed Lowkey an early game advantage, yet we saw Lowkey aggressively using his pearls when only leaving the Bastion with 17. As you can see, throwing 2 pearls here, 1 more pearl to go maybe 12-ish blocks, and another pearl to go 10 or so blocks, leaving him with only 13 pearls after that final pearl right there. Equally, on Hax's point of view, we had another pearl incident whereby we pearled from the Bastion to the fortress in 2 pearls, overthrew this pearl, clearly expecting there to be more terrain, but landing low, missing this pearl by going over the fortress in its entirety, and then throwing a second pearl, which, in my opinion, does look as if it's going to hit the fortress leg. I'm very surprised that it doesn't here. This trajectory of the pearl clearly does look as if it's going to hit the fort leg here. However, I presume that it must slightly go just over the fortress, exactly in the same place that his other pearl lands, goes completely over and falls into lava. This does feel like a pretty unfortunate one here. Obviously, the first pearl lands in lava, and then the second pearl we wait on. And I presume maybe we had an incident whereby both of the pearls landed at the same time. Maybe he did land it on the fort leg. Just there we go. Wow, I found the frame. There you go. I apologize. Clearly, I was not watching in 60 FPS or whatever. There we go. So I guess it may have been even timing, allowing him to land on the fort with the second pearl that he threw, then loaded the lava pearl. Apologies, trying to clip all of this stuff is pretty hectic. Missed this exact frame of the run. That's pretty unfortunate. And of course, it is literally just a few frames apart between him landing in the fortress and in the lava. So had he have thrown that a split second later, he would have landed on the fortress without having to throw one extra pearl to get out from the lava back onto the fortress, which is what the commentators did pick up on, ending up with both of our runners actually entering the stronghold on 11 pearls. Now, another minute mistake that I did pick up on here was the fact that Lowkey did not pick up any fire charges from within the Bastion. I believe that Lowkey is a fire charge player rather than a flint and steel player, hence he's thrown out his overworld flint and steel here, but when looking at his inventory after leaving the Bastion, no fire charges, which is, usually a small mistake, but when you're talking about runners of this caliber, this mistake can be maybe the biggest mistake for Lowkey in a run. We saw yesterday 1 misplaced pearl was one of the biggest throws in the entire best of 5 series for Lowkey. But we've already seen a few mistakes from Lowkey in these first 2 seeds. Now, obviously, Lowkey is 2-0 up, so he's not made any absolutely abhorrent mistakes so far. Did have to grind a little bit of gravel to make a flint and steel to be able to light the portal, and that may only be 5-10 seconds. If the flint was a little bit less lucky, maybe we would have seen even longer time loss there. And to our shock, Hax, with just 1 pearl after the 2-eye, does go for the low attempt at a tower. At a 0 cycle. I think it was, standing 85? Just a really, really lovely attempt. Going for it, it does fly, but the fact that Hax went for this really showed, in my opinion, that Hax is still on top of his game. We've had some mistakes from both of these runners, and Hax is trying things to make it work, especially in this Seed 1, and I like that play. I like it a lot. Just the opportunity to be able to even push for this 0 with no pearls. 1 pearl towards the tower and then crank all the way to that block. Really, really impressive stuff. Unfortunate that it doesn't pay off in this seed, meaning that Lowkey's able to take it. Instead, however, in seed number 2, once again, we have a situation whereby both runners have very low pearls. We notice 11 pearls in both runners' inventories at this point in time. Now, the commentators did pick up that the runners, in fact, noticed that the pearl trade was at the bottom of treasure here. After boating down, both of them used 1 distraction gold here, and as Hax throws this pearl hang, focusing on Hax's screen in the top right here, as Hax throws this pearl hang, does notice the pearl trade on the floor, and now you've got the option. With 19 obby, do you load the pearl hang, wasting 1 pearl, but being happy to leave the fortress? No. Hax makes the decision to still go down even further. And we see, interestingly, as Lowkey's running down on his bridge, you can notice he's spamming hitboxes here, looking for any trades that may have dropped elsewhere. Of course, now Lowkey was right-clicking pigs on his way up the bastion, as Nerdy said earlier on, was able to, hit some right-clicks on pigs rather than throw down the gold, which at least allows the piglins to instantly trade rather than anything else. But notice in chat, right about here, we're going to see that Lowkey is actually spamming hitbox on and off to try and see if there's any lost trades on the stairs, on the bridge. And then we see in the distance around here, there is in fact a hitbox here. Fortunately, this play kind of allows him to be able to spot these pearls without needing to pearl hang, possibly making all the difference in this run. Because Hax wastes maybe 30, 40 seconds still in this bastion, going down, collecting gold blocks, pearling back up, going back to the top, waiting for trades. However, we saw on the end enter, it was much closer. So Hax did pick up a lot of time here, and maybe he would have been able to win this seed had he have not made that play to go down to bottom treasure. It has been more close than a 2-0 scoreline may show, but after a very clean, almost 5 explosive 0 cycle from Lowkey, we do see that Lowkey is 2 seeds to the good here in our best of 5. Just 1 more seed for him to win and get through to the grand finals. Or will we see Hax make an insane recovery and come back? Let me send you guys back over to Nerdy and Fine in the booth, and I will see you all very shortly.
Well, let's just get a linear seed, Let's get a seed where we have more than 2 stacks of pearls. Let's throw the weird decisions even out of full consideration at all. Let's get a normal-ish seed and see what these owners can do with it.
I'm down.
Rune Portal Overworld.
What we got? Rune Portal. That's in my opinion, if you're asking for a fast linear seed, I mean, the Rune Portal could be that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we get food in the chest, like some golden carrots, maybe a looting sword, maybe. One day, chat. There will be a looting sword, and I will look like a.
I don't think we've had looting at all ever in playoffs.
I don't think we have either. Yeah.
Like, if it has happened, it's only been like once. I really don't remember. Yeah, I mean, let's just see. Let's just go into it. I don't know. I'm looking for pearls out of the bastion. I'm looking for no weird split decisions. I want to see a close match throughout every split. I want to see Hax take it, throw us into a game 4, try to build some momentum for a reverse sweep. I think I read someone in chat saying there's only been 2 reverse sweeps ever in playoffs.
Wow.
Which sounds like a low number, but also when you're up 2-0, like, it is just hard to win 3 seeds in a row no matter who you are.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's just 50-50s, it's like a 1 in 8, right? So
yeah,
it's not good odds for Hax. But regardless, let's see what we got here. I didn't see the sword.
Hey, what is happening, dude?
Did that have looting? Am I crazy?
Hey, why are we playing the seed though? Why is there crying?
I think is it completable?
No,
I'm pretty sure it's looting. I'm pretty sure.
Is it actually looting?
It's looting too. I'm pretty sure. That's what I saw.
This is just so ugly, though. I can't believe we're playing this.
It's like it's gonna like lose all that time. Cause look, there, it's not fire. No, it has to be.
It is looting. He got 4 steak from 1 cow. It is looting. I just
But then the
they have
seed
to
is
make
terrible.
a bucket, and you can complete this. I think Hax sees a lava pool though. Why?
Wait,
Oh my god.
is he trolling?
Wait, is he gonna mine the 2 crying? Wait, what is happening?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm just gonna sit here and
There's
watch.
3 crying. Wait, he lost.
Is that how much
Wait,
time is that?
Hax lost. Hax lost. He has to get more iron. Look at what
I think you're
Lowkey's
right.
doing.
I think you're just right.
Hax
It looks
lost.
like-
He's a minute and a half in. Is he gonna reset the seed? What's gonna happen?
I think he has to reset the seed.
Oh no.
He has to reset the seed,
Oh no.
and there's a minute 40
Oh,
lead
no.
for Lowkey with a looting 2 sword, again reducing variance.
God.
I mean, Lowkey needs to like die or something. This is not looking good for Hax.
I mean, we're a minute and a half behind and we're a minute and a half into the seed. That's potentially the worst possible case scenario.
Yeah, this is absolutely brutal here for Hacking Noises, but you know, it isn't over yet. Lowkey still needs to finish out this seed. Let's see. I mean, I will say the things like the looting sword, that gives a huge advantage to Lowkey now, because now it reduces the chance of, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't, you know, play off of strays or like play
Yeah,
off different
exactly.
spawners as easily. You're gonna probably only need to kill 3-4 blazes total and have enough.
Right, and it just makes the seed
It's-
faster, and just it's not good. It's not good for Hax, but regardless, here we are, and now Lowkey getting an iron pick
I mean,
immediately.
Lowkey has no food.
Yep, nope, and that
Lowkey
could
has no
be a
blocks to
problem.
commit to manhunt. Like, he has 7 hearts. He has no food.
This could be bad for.
It's a minute and a
Lowkey.
half, though. It's a minute and a half. Like, even if he has to burn an anchor to hunger reset and then also wait for perch, it's a minute and a half of time loss. Hax isn't in the nether. This might be the first enter slower than 3 minutes all playoffs.
We
In
do
like
have-
multiple seasons, even potentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an absolutely brutal start. I don't know. I mean, he was already down 2 seeds, you know, like, it looks like he's going to do a different way than Lowkey did, but it's just,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say here for Hax. I
He's
mean,
in.
I think
He's in at
I
least,
think-
and he has
you know what?
food.
Exactly. I think that's absolutely worth bringing up here. Lowkey on no food whatsoever. Meanwhile, Hax has 9 steak. I'm not saying that could make up all the time, but that could be something that could either give Lowkey a death, or that could be something that just slowly Hax builds up the time that he lost. I mean, I'm not saying it's good for Hax, but that's some little bit of hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much time. It's got to be Lowkey dying to low food somehow, some weird situation. We can make an anchor. We have so many beds as well. I feel like it's so unlikely that he's actually going to die in a bad spot here.
And now we can see Hax just trying to find some iron from these chests, but not
Yeah,
finding
Lowkey's
it in
got
his
the
first
anchor
try.
like pre-set up in his hotbar even to just be fully ready for needing
hunger
to
reset.
use it. Yeah, he's got the glowstone pre-crafted as well.
We do
Lowkey
have.
gets the 20th
looks like
obsidian.
Lowkey's ready to go. Does have
Scary
piglins mad at him
piglin.
though.
It's okay,
Ooh,
though.
does not take the damage, but that was a little scary
It's
there.
gonna be on 1.5.
Places 2
Places
anchors.
both of them. It's
I don't
okay.
know if that would be a problem, but I mean, again, it.
I think he
makes
has.
it
I think he has
possibly
so
slightly
many
more awkward.
spare beds. Yeah, I mean, could be awkward for zeros though. Losing 2 explosives there, Hax won't
Yeah.
lose 2 explosives, but Hax is just gonna be in this fort so much slower. Really like.
Yeah, and Lowkey does have a lot of beds. I just noticed. I thought he had
there's-
39 string, but no, he's a stack in 39 string.
There's 1 stray, 2 rods already. Maybe only need 1 spawner cycle in total. We'll see. Lowkey already trying to do some pre-crafting. Gonna have almost no time to do that at the spawner if the rates are half decent with looting 2. And look at this, so
Wow,
aggressively
what
pearling
the-
here.
What is going on here? I don't even know, but
It's an interesting fort. How is it like cut out there?
I don't know what's going on. What
it
is
'cause that's
happening? This is the weirdest
inside
seed we've
of
seen
the
ever.
Fort? Good, good for them. We found the spawn. We found the spawner. Good for Lowkey.
He's into the spawner. He's got 3 rods.
Oh, and there's the other one I think you saw to the left.
And Hack's now just going up to the top of the housing using a pearl to get up there. I mean, is he going to be able to make up any time? I don't know. I mean, I like the stake,
It's just
but
so
Lowkey is
much
playing
time.
this
It's just
fine.
so much time in total. Like I don't know how you fix the problem. 4 for 3, 6 for 4, and we're blinding. I mean, maybe
And-
Lowkey misplaces 2 obsidian. He only has 11.
Yeah, he's already done.
He still has no food, but you
crazy.
can just bed a hunger reset in the overworld.
Maybe even get some food here with that looting sword, but I don't see any pigs or cows or anything. Having to throw another eye, though, is, you know, potentially...
I mean,
could be
it's
a
some
problem
time
for-
loss, but Hax isn't
Yeah.
even in the fort yet. He's got to hit some
Yeah.
gnarly strays potentially to
That could absolutely help him. If he
catch
gets some
up with
strays here,
this.
I mean, I don't know how many exactly Lowkey killed, but that could be a way for him to get back in this. But I'm only seeing 1 stray. That's not going to be enough to really make a difference.
No. He's going to have to go through the same labyrinth that Lowkey did, getting to
It's a
the
good way to describe it.
spawner. Yeah, like just like a
It is
1
just
block path
weird.
here only. Like he'll figure it out, I think, eventually. Gets trying to like pyrate for the spawners. Unfortunately, the chests are in this area as well, but we'll find them eventually. They are both visible here. And Lowkey heading back through the labyrinth to get the cords.
Now, I mean, still very good pace. I feel like if it wasn't for the seed being so awkward, the seed could have been so... I mean, the looting sword we did get, but then other things just being slower, like, you know, just not having food and having that rune portal be so weird and to work
No,
off
I mean,
of made
Lowkey's
it
found 11 berry
slower,
bushes.
but
He's got something.
still good pace.
Potentially one of the worst food sources in the entire game. And is he going to kill this hoglin or get killed by the hoglin? We'll see. He's going to kill it, especially with looting too. I mean, it's more time loss, but
Damn.
Hax is just still so far behind that even though Lowkey's hunger resetting in the overworld, hunger resetting in the nether, getting sweet berries in the overworld, killing a hoglin, like so much extra that Lowkey is doing, he has a minute and a half to mess around, and he's still in the stronghold first by a good, at least maybe 30 seconds here.
And now just like not seeing anything amazing. I guess he likes that spike there, as he's now slowly making his way towards the portal room potentially, and that doesn't necessarily look good, but
This
meanwhile,
direction
Hax
was
here.
pretty good. Is it down this light source here? It is. He's
Here
in
it
the
is.
portal room.
4-eye, wow. And can he finish off this seed here?
It's an
on full
exposed
HP?
0.
Oh, it's a back.
He's got
It's
the pearls
looking
for it
good.
this time, though. He's got 3 pearls for it, and as long as it doesn't fly on 90, he might even push 95 here. Gonna push 95. It really shouldn't
And-
fly now. And he gets there with time.
Gonna go for the double bet immediately.
Is it a 2
His
plus
first
2?
dude just-
No. Playing it safe, knowing Hax isn't even in the
Wow.
stronghold yet. It's a 3 plus 2. And what could have been a great series, just down to a couple missed decisions in each seed for Hax, and it's a quick 3-0 to start the day, putting Lowkey in the grand finals, 1 best of 7 away from his 3rd potential playoffs win. And Hax, yet another season goes by without that gold trophy. Yet another season he has to wait to prove himself, to get another shot. The
I mean,
3-0 doesn't do it justice in some ways, but in some ways it does, Nerdy. Lowkey showing up to play today, making the better decision, avoiding the misplays in every seed, you know, the 30, 40-second mistakes that you make on Hax's side. Lowkey not falling victim to the same decisions, and it wins him the series in dominating fashion.
yeah, Lowkey just playing really well. I mean, if you look here, I mean, obviously it gets a little complicated, but you know, entering the Nether 1 minute 46 seconds later, and that's just because of the reset, really, if we're being honest. But
Yeah.
able to enter the Stronghold only 59 seconds later, so able to claw back a lot of that time, which is very impressive. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, you can't make a mistake like that with this high stakes, unfortunately. And Lowkey playing very consistently, very very speedy. there's so much pressure, I feel like, that it can cause the other person to make mistakes if you're playing that fast. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think that could have
100%.
been what's going on there. And, Hack's obviously a phenomenal ranked player, absolutely incredible. And I'm excited to see him play in the third place match today. But Lowkey just on his game. I mean, we have literally not seen him lose a single seed this playoffs.
Is that true? I mean, I guess he did only play yesterday.
Yep.
And hit a 3-0 yesterday. That is true. I mean, it might just be the nerves thing, right? Like the pressure of having to go against Lowkey, and then you make one decision and you start thinking maybe that it's like already over. You lose 20, 30 seconds, you're behind into a split, and you just know, like, if Lowkey's playing lights out, even though, Hacks himself, one of the best speedrunners in the world, Lowkey's just not going to make 30 seconds of mechanical mistakes in the end game. He's just not going to have that happen. So you have to hope that there's a weird decision. You have to hope that the stronghold has like multiple spikes or no spikes, or the terrain to the stronghold is weird, or the end, he chokes the 0, dies somehow. But it's so hard to mentally battle in best of 5 like this. And maybe Hacks' early mistakes got to him through the later seeds, and just that last overworld there, a full lapse in judgment. Now, granted, is a very weird overworld, right? Like, you usually don't have crying obsidian in a portal like that, right? Like, sometimes there are portals that have crying, but it's the portals that have a lot of lava that it's very obvious you're going to make a bucket. They almost kind of act like a lava pool, those types of room portals. But that specific room portal, having crying obsidian in there, forcing yourself to make a bucket in that situation and have a completion with the lava plus the 5 obsidian, it's very weird. And so, Hacks maybe just autopiloted the pickaxe, seeing that type of room portal, knowing that, oh, I'm just going to be able to place 3 obsidian and complete it. Well, no, there's 3 crying there. It's not possible. And that's the decision that loses him the seed, loses him the series. We're going to have to see him back here in 4 months. And I mean, Nerdy, I know we're going to see him back here, though. That's the thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I know Hacks is
I'm
going to be
not
back.
worried about it. I mean, we're also going to see him in
True. He
round
does
after
play the
this,
third place match earlier today. That is true. I mean, he is
He still
out
has the
of
potential.
the gold, but he's still playing one more game today. But we'll see how he does in that, I guess, and we'll be looking forward to next season if you're a Hacks fan. But that's the series. It's a quick 3-0, a little bit ahead of schedule, a little bit. I mean, almost 30 minutes out of schedule. We'll throw it over to the bracket. We got Doog versus Manji next. Just as a reminder for those who just got here, those who are unaware. Doog versus Manji. I mean, Nerdy. Lowkey 3-0'd yesterday. He 3-0'd today. Doog 3-0'd yesterday. Will he 3-0 today also? Is that consistency going to keep up?
I don't know. I feel like Doog and Lowkey, to me, just, I mean, I guess we've only seen 3 seeds from Doog, but so far, man, they are both just on point, both of them. So, if Doog's playing like he did yesterday, that's going to be real tough for Mongi. But Mongi, he did beat Feinberg, who is, a fantastic player. So there's something going there, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just hoping for not a 3-0 sweep, just for the content's sake, and having that back and forth. But there is something to say, the content of just a 3-0 route, like Lowkey, is that much scarier now in grand finals for whoever wins.
Yeah.
In the Doog Manji matchup.
We'll have to see. I mean, so far it's kind of the same thing where it's the person who is a higher seed is still winning. So is this what we're gonna continue to see, Feinberg? I don't know. We'll have to see. Will Doog just take that 1 seed? I mean, it's very possible,
Yeah, we will see, but that gameplay is going to come up soon. We are going to send it over to a quick intermission, but we do have Doog versus Manji next, and then after that match, the loser of that versus Hacks for the 3rd place match, and then Lowkey versus the winner in our grand finals. So Doog Manji, great match coming up. Nerdy and I will see you guys back here for the grand finals. Parker and Curry will be commentating Doog Manji and the 3rd place match. So when we come back from our intermission, Parker and Curry will be in the booth